we need to talk. I'm going to give you guys a market update. We're going to discuss the fact that no, this cycle is not like prior ones. We're going to discuss whether or not it's too many coins. And finally, some big changes I've done to my portfolio. I can guarantee you this is not a bullshit video. Nothing I say is financial advice. So this whole downside action started off with the Bybit hack. Then we had some typical manipulation from exchanges. I'm not going to go into this. This has been happening for years. It's not something new. We also had some tariff FUD. All of this brought Bitcoin down to about 82K. I think most of us were prepared for this, that we are on the lookout for a cycle low. What's interesting is that while Bitcoin was tanking, alts didn't really tank as much as some people expected. If you, for instance, take a look at Bitcoin on its USD pair and then compare it to ETH on its Bitcoin pair, it's holding up quite well. However, this doesn't exactly make up for the fact that alts are seriously underperforming. And I can honestly understand the frustration people are seeing. We're not following any other cycle, and I don't know why other YouTubers are saying we do. Keyword here is we. When I say we, I mean altcoin investors. I mean the ones that are watching this channel. No Bitcoin maxi is watching this channel. Bitcoin maxis have no reason to be worried, as the Bitcoin chart looks perfectly normal. Nothing to worry about. And yes, if you're comparing the Bitcoin chart to the 2017 cycle chart, yes, we're following that cycle for Bitcoin. What looks bad is the altcoin chart. And no matter how you spin it, no matter which chart you're looking at, what time frame you're looking at, altcoins look terrible, period. I think we should just call it as it is instead of cherry picking pseudo indicators for why this is something that we have seen before, because we haven't. For instance, in 2017, when Bitcoin made a new all-time high, altcoins followed closely. Alts actually topped only a couple of weeks after Bitcoin had topped. And here's the scary part, not only when Bitcoin topped, but alts also held Bitcoin's hand every single time Bitcoin decided to pump. This cycle, we experienced the same thing in the later stages of 2023 and early 2024. After this, we had the November-December pump in 2024, where alts actually outperformed Bitcoin when Bitcoin was making new all-time highs. But it continued to make new all-time highs, and by January the 20th, which marked the 109K top, it just seemed like alts had given up. At this stage, you would expect alts to at least be able to keep up, but that's not the case at all. So we're holding on for dear life with regards to the few data points that we have. We only have 2 prior cycles with altcoins, and of course, that's not enough data to draw any decisive conclusions. But this just goes to show that there will always be a narrative that will make you doubt every single cycle, because no one is doubting Bitcoin at the moment. The world is gearing up for worldwide adoption. That's not speculation, that's a fact. Bitcoin is not risky. Bitcoin has not been risky for the last couple of years. People who say this needs to learn a difference between volatility and risky, because there's nothing risky about this chart. Volatility is the price you pay for the best performing asset ever. So the doubt, the thing that makes people worried, are purely altcoins. That's the negative narrative for this cycle. This is the narrative that will shake people out. And people have a tendency to think that this is so much more negative and detrimental compared to previous cycles. And let me just remind you that we had a global pandemic getting in the way back here. Not alts underperforming like we have today, but an actual global pandemic, which we had zero idea what the outcome was going to be like. In 2017, we had China banning crypto and the ICO mania, and at that time, that was extreme FUD. These are destructive bull market narratives. These things shook so many people out, and there's always going to be a narrative like this. This isn't supposed to be easy. Crypto is extremely hard. Because think about it, if we didn't have a narrative like this, how easy would it be? We have the president of the United States buying altcoins. The most famous man in the world is buying altcoins. So if we didn't have something that would make us really question the entire cycle for altcoins, it would be too easy. And easy means lower returns. And with the average crypto investor increasing their competence, the difficulty will also increase. That is why this cycle seems harder. But you have to ask yourself, which other field can you make life-changing money in a quote-unquote short amount of time in this world right now? I can't think of anything that has a better risk reward than crypto. And this question is also the thing that will make retail return. Human greed will remain, and people will flood into this space once we just ignite a little bit of bullishness. Because if you zoom out, there's so many bullish things lining up. We have the global M2 money supply, which has lately been on a rise. Historically, Bitcoin has followed this global M2 money supply, but with a lag. So if this is a valid indicator, this means that we should expect to see Bitcoin start to climb around the beginning of March. We also have QT, which has been speculated to end within H1 this year. There's so many things to look forward to, yet people are just drowning in short-term price action. Now, the ultimate FUD I hear is that there are going to be too many coins stealing liquidity. And I think this is partially true in the sense that I don't think there will be enough liquidity to pump every single thing at once. Meaning that I believe what we'll see this cycle is more narrative-driven pumps. My thesis is that the market, due to lack of liquidity, has to categorize this liquidity and pump different categories at different times. And the two most efficient main variables to use for categorization in crypto are market cap and crypto narratives. This is very bullish. This is how you make big money with rotation. For some reason, I'm the only YouTuber who talks about this every single video. And we did already see this liquidity rotation in Q4 2023 and Q1 2024. We started off with some L1s and then transitioned to gaming, AI, RWA, memes, and so forth. If rotated correctly, I'm not kidding when I say this, it's going to make you a lot of money. Now, before I tell you about my dry powder status and the change I've done to my portfolio, it's important that we talk about mindset. And no, this isn't me sipping coffee, trying to get real with you, but rather what I've been talking about over the last couple of videos, that you now have a bearish mindset, a fearful mindset. This is the mindset where you will make money. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's really not, because here is where you will get more picky with your capital, making sure that you invest in things that you have more conviction in. And it isn't by chance that you have more conviction in some projects compared to others. You know that projects you have high conviction in are less risky and more likely to pump. It's just that when you had the bullish mindset, you were rushing and focusing too much on crap, which is probably the reason why your portfolio is significantly down right now. Back then, you were scouting pump fund for 50x's. Now you're going to pick safety nets like you should have done from the beginning. Trust me, you are on the right path. So as promised, I will keep you guys updated on my dry powder status. So right now I have about 24% dry powder left. Last time we spoke about this, I had around 30%. So this is closing in on the lowest amount of dry powder I've had this entire cycle. Reason for this is that I'm more bullish than I've been for a very, very long time. I think we're closing in on the bottom. Last time I bought this much, I managed to buy the lows on some solid alts, which we then took profits on in the VIP Discord at the December top. Because this cycle has been a trading cycle for altcoins, my plan is to ride these coins and rotate the profits. You have insane buying opportunities as we speak. Take advantage of this, not financial advice, but focus on quality safety net projects and you will make it this cycle. If you want to see what I buy and rotate into, make sure to join the VIP before the prices increase. Prices will more than double eventually when we switch bullish, which might already be in March. Right now, I'm looking for gems within the narrative that I think is going to be the first one to pump in the upcoming alt season. By joining, you get a solid portfolio review, technical analysis, courses, a very welcoming community, and much, much more. I hope to see you there. Take care and stay safe.